So I was looking through my mail today, and I found a pamphlet for this. It's like some kind of stage troupe, and right at the very top of the pamphlet it says China before communism. I'm not going to say the name of the performers, I guess you can call them. I don't want them to get fucked with by anyone watching. But it the whole pamphlet, not the whole pamphlet, but the pamphlet makes this big deal about this being an experience of China pre-communism. It says it at the front, right there in big bold letters, as I said. And on panel number 2, or page number 2, or whatever you want to call this, it says in bigger, bolder, yellower letters, looks like some kind of dark brown yellow, it says, the experience, the beauty of ancient China before communism. That's right. Ancient China before communism. Because they're banking on people not being able to tell the difference between pre-1950s and pre-Caesar, I guess. And it says, blah, 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 blah. It says, experience into a multi-dimensional, deeply moving journey through one of humanity's greatest treasures, the 5 millennia of traditional Chinese culture. Now, I know they're trying to sound good when they say 5. They're trying to sound impressive to people. 5 millennia of traditional Chinese culture. Now, that might sound like a good thing to think, oh, that's tons and tons of Chinese culture. Well, yes, that's also tons and tons of Chinese culture that you need to condense and omit and eschew, and omit and eschew are pretty much the same word. You know what I mean? You have to simplify all of that. So obviously it's not going to be all 5,000 years of Chinese culture, unless they're trying to say that over the course of 5,000 years, Chinese culture just didn't evolve at all, which I would hope that's not true. What else is on here? It also makes some kind of very, very strange claims about the land of China itself. It says, we invite you to a world where philosophers and poets alike sought humanity with the Tao, or way of the universe, where maidens danced with ethereal grace and generals fought with explosive athleticism, where timeless tales of valor and virtue were born, where heaven and earth intersected, and even magic was possible. I'm going to repeat that last part again, okay? Because this is a real claim that they are making. And even magic was possible. No, it wasn't! Okay, China is not some kind of magical land of infinite wonder and mysticism, okay? I know people think it is because it's so far away, and it has been so far away, and people knew about China back to the Roman times, at least, so there's always been a little bit of a fascination about China because it's been known about for so long, but it's so far away that you can't really get a ton of information out west without, back before the internet and stuff, when things were still carried by scrolls and books, when all knowledge was stored that way, things were slow, and especially before the printing press was invented, very, very slow. So, why does this idea that China, and I guess these days Japan, far more so Japan these days, is seen as some kind of kingdom of magic, and I guess the demon Chairman Mao, Prince of the Ninth Dimension of Hell, came down to this perfect heavenly Chinese place and just, emitted satanic fireballs from his eyes and just destroyed. I'm not saying... Chairman Mao was a genocidal maniac, and so was his government. Let's not make two ways about it. But to say that, communism itself, literally, Chinese culture was just, this perfect and holy harmony with the universe until communism came down and destroyed it, and just no, you have nothing but death, and... Communism isn't really treated as a legitimate ideology in America. It's just treated as literally just we are evil, we are bad. Yeah. Well, that's what happens. Capitalism likes to drive its marketing. I'm not a communist either. But I'm not really too keen on capitalism. And this is what this is. It's all marketing. because they know that they can get away with telling Americans a bunch of bullshit about China that isn't true and hasn't been true in so many years. And they're trying to conflate, as I said, thousands and thousands of years of ancient culture in a way that just isn't going to work. And I don't think they're planning. They're not planning on it to work. They're planning on Americans to think it works and make a bunch of money off of it. But I guess the real point I'm trying to get at here is that China isn't, or anywhere else for that matter, isn't a place of magic and mysticism and infinite wisdom or anything like that. It's just a place. It's just a bunch of people living on a land that we call China, and they lived their lives. They all woke up, and they ate their meals, and they loved their families, and they went to work, and they thought about death, and they had fears, and they did everything that we do. And to think that they were somehow different from us, like they were these more holy, more connected people with the universe, whatever that means, is really, I think, it's really disingenuous, but it also kind of doesn't it kind of devalue yourself? I think it does. And of course, China is the magical place. China and Japan are always the places of infinite wisdom and whatnot. It's never a place like Uzbekistan. You know what I mean? It's never a place like fucking Georgia. Not like American Georgia, like the Caucasus Mountains, Georgia. It's never a place like the Central African Republic or anywhere like, you know what I mean? Right? You're not gonna get enlightenment in fucking Nicaragua. It's always in China or Japan, places we know about. Places that most people know about and that already have a lot of brand recognition attached to them, if you get what I mean. But yeah, just because the Chinese people of old, and even the Chinese people now, obviously, speak a different language, they watch different entertainment than us, I guess they listen to different music. Yeah, they do, but they're still people. You know what I mean? They still laugh when they think something's funny. They still cry when you're cruel to them. They still love and cherish what they do just as much as we do.